Well, good evening and welcome everyone to our North American Leadership Academy this evening. My name is Laura Weeks and I'm going to be your host tonight. Now, if you haven't done so already, please let us know in the chat section where you're joining us from. We have folks from all around the country. I see Chicago, I see New Jersey, I see Florida. I'm in Washington. We've got Oregon, California, Texas. This is a company that's all over the United States and in fact, worldwide. But this is a training on Thursday nights, the North American Leadership Academy, that we do primarily for our new associates and our existing partners so that we can all educate ourselves a little bit more about the products, about the platform. We get leadership training at this event. And we hear also from some of our partners with their testimonials, and it's an opportunity for emerging leaders to gain presenting skills. It's also an opportunity for you, if you're a guest, a special welcome to you. It's an opportunity for you to just kick the tires a little bit, get a sense of what we do here at RAIN, get a sense of what kind of training we have available and support and tools, learn a little bit more about our products, and get a sense of whether and how this company might be a great fit for you. Now, we do have Spanish translation available. So if you need that, just go down to the globe at the bottom of the screen. We've got wonderful interpreters who translate into Spanish. It's amazing how they do that, especially for those of us who speak a little bit quickly sometimes. But we're going to kick it off tonight. I'm so delighted with the lineup we have here. And our first speaker is going to be Rebel Brown. She's going to do a presentation on our newest product called Bright. Rebel is out of California. She's got a background in high tech. She's an emerging leader in this company, and she's a fantastic presenter with amazing energy. It's really a pleasure to introduce Rebel Brown. Welcome.
Hey,
Rebel, we can't hear you. There you go.
There we go. Hey, I'm doing beat, so I hope that's okay.
Oh, I meant to say beat. Yes, you're doing beat. Yes, you are.
Right,
Our newest product called
let's
Beat.
do beat. So, and
We
by the
all
way,
make mistakes, right? My
you just
bad
gotta
there.
keep the beat, right, Laura? You just gotta keep the beat.
Keep
So
the
anyway,
beat.
let me share my slides here. All right, and I'm Rebel. I'm from Central California, and I am a happy little rainmaker, let me tell you. So let's talk about beet. But first, we're going to talk about seeds, right? So we've all heard about superfood forever, right? Well, seeds are the original superfood. They're not just these tiny little specks. They are marvels of nature. They are ready to grow, nourish, and sustain life. Here's a little thing I found this week. Do you think about a little sequoia seed? Redwood, right? Do you know that they are the size of a pinhead? They're 2 millimeters. And they grow 300-foot, 20 feet wide trees. Now, that is a powerhouse. And even better than that, they deliver 20 to 30x the potency than the fruits or vegetables they become. Yep, seeds are source when it comes to nutrition. And you know what? Our wonderful magical rain scientists recognize that value. And they created a process so that they could harness all of that power. As a matter of fact, every rain product is certified to the highest international food certification. What does that mean to you? It means you're assured you get pure, powerful, available nutrition. So now that we've talked a little bit about those little powerhouses, let's talk about beet, right? I'm drinking mine as we speak, right? I think we could all agree that our heart and our circulatory system are critical to our health. No blood, no life. Less oxygen, way less life, right? Which is why the RAIN scientists created beet as our most recent product to provide powerful cardiovascular nutrition. And after all, who doesn't want a happy heart? Now, beet is specifically designed to deliver just what our heart and our circulatory system needs in this power-packed seed-based form. So now let's take a look at the power-packed nutrition that is beet. So first of all, there's beetroot. And you know, I had to laugh when I saw this because I loved beets as a kid. Every picture you see of me in my high chair has beets all over my face, everywhere. So I must have known something as a kid, right? Beetroot boosts something called nitrous oxide. And that's the thing that signals your blood vessels in your body to relax and dilate. What does that mean to you? It means you get robust circulation, AKA cardiovascular performance. It improves your energy, it feeds your endurance, and you just have overall cardiovascular health, right? Now, next is L-arginine. It's an amino acid that your body uses to build protein. It also enhances cardiovascular support performance. It supports blood flow. And once again, that increases your energy and stamina, which is probably why a lot of athletes use it. But even better for those who have known and loved beet, it also supports prostate and overall sexual health and libido. All right. So now, the next thing that's in our magical beet is beta alanine. It's a non-essential amino acid, but it primarily boosts muscle development, which, by the way, you might remember from high school, your heart is indeed a muscle, right? It also helps build up, buffer the acid buildup when you're intensely working, which improves endurance and it delays fatigue, and it also helps with your recovery cycles. Okay, so now we're not done yet. There's bamboo silica. Now it supports the cellular health because it features antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and anti-parasitic properties. Try saying that 3 times. It also contributes to reducing the oxidative stress that is on your body. So it bolsters the body's natural defense against those ugly free radicals. Next, there's still more in it, is grapeseed. Grapeseed supports your cardiovascular health. It reduces inflammation, which also contributes to vitality in your cardio. And by the way, to those of us who might be aging a little bit, as a side benefit, it helps your body retain moisture, which supports your skin as it stays elastic and firm, right? Then there's cranberry seed. Cranberry seed reduces inflammation and it supports a healthy metabolism. And it also helps us support a healthy urinary tract and our reproductive systems. So as you can see, beet is chock full of seed-based nutrition that is designed specifically to help your cardiovascular system, your energy, your strength, and your recovery. All right. Now, let's summarize again what it provides for all of us. All right. First of all, it promotes your heart and your circulation. Oxygen, baby. It is the key to everything. It helps you maintain a very healthy libido, and you get more energy and stamina in a healthy way instead of the sugar and the caffeine and those lovely energy drinks that we all know are just so not healthy for any of us. All right. So you get more energy, more vitality, and a better cardiovascular system. Now, it also supports your immune system, which, by the way, is more and more critical in times of stress. So when you're stressed, you really need this. And all of the above improve your athletic performance. That's strength, that's endurance, and way more. Finally, it supports healthy blood pressure levels. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit. So you just learned a lot, I hope, right? It was pretty fast. But I wanted to tell you that one of the things that is great about RAIN is that we have so many outstanding tools that offer you the information you want and you need about our products. Now, I can tell you, I spent 30 years launching technology companies, and I created the product strategy, the products, the go-to-market, and then guess what? I created the tools for the businesses. And I can tell you from over 300 companies I'm doing that for, these tools are outstanding. So if you have questions about RAIN, about beet, or any of our products, just ask the person who invited you to learn more. And in the meantime, I just got to ask one question. Have you got the beet? Back to you, Laura.
Fabulous, Rebel. You know, we had a great lineup of products before beet came along, but beet really took it over the top. And it is a product that benefits everybody. Whether you're young and you want to compete in athletics better, whether you want your just brain function to be better, all the way through our life, we can benefit from enhanced circulation. We can benefit from more oxygenation. I have taken nitric oxide products for years and years and years, and I was thrilled when Rain decided to come out with an enhanced nitric oxide product. So it is really a tremendous addition to our product line. And each and every one of these products that comes along is amazing. They're all standalone products, but they can be taken together and the benefits just compound exponentially. So fabulous. Thank you so much, Rebel. Now, next, we get to hear from Anne Feinstein. And Anne is a former teacher, she's a former consultant, and she has decades now in this industry because she will tell you about how she gained freedom through the primary tool that we use at RAIN to drive our economic success and also to drive how we work together as teams. So Anne, over to you for a discussion of leverage, which is the concept that underpins everything we do here at RAIN.
I can remember sitting in my cubicle in a 40-story office building, dreaming about the weekends and decompressing over the weekends to start all over again on Monday morning. And I'll tell you guys, I thought about this over and over again, week after week, talked to my husband. He was a business manager for people in the entertainment industry, and he had 13 people working for him. And so from anywhere from the outside looking in, people would say, oh, well, they have it made. They're in Manhattan. They've got things happening. But I got to tell you guys that the more I looked at what was our life about, working all week, decompressing over the weekend, starting all over again, over and over again. It felt like the same thing was going to go on and on and on. And I started thinking about what did I really want out of life? What would be the ideal life, the ideal lifestyle? And I started putting a list together. And some of you may be familiar with some of this coming from a beautiful brochure. I saw that Rebel was talking about the materials that we have. And we have a beautiful brochure. It's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Brochure. And if you haven't looked at that yet, I will tell you that the first page should stop you, because on the first page, we're asking the questions, what would be your ideal life? What would be the ideal lifestyle? Your family, okay, maybe better health, maybe also, having travel opportunities. And that was always something important to me and my husband. Higher energy and vitality. How about flexible schedule, not having to do the same thing over and over again and getting the same result? Financial security, for some of you, that may be a big thing. Or what about work that makes a difference? And I'll tell you guys, when you put all that together, that's what we're talking about here when we refer to the ultimate lifestyle. And we say, how can we build the ultimate lifestyle and have the ultimate lifestyle business? Well, you just heard Rebel talk about one of our products. And I will tell you that, I too have found that these products are so powerful and have made such an impact on our life to be able to give us one of the things that people go to bed for every night, and that is they're praying for better health. Okay, and we've got some solutions there that can make a difference. And at the same time, there are people going to bed praying for a financial solution, and maybe that might be you. And so if that's the case, then you came to the right place at the right time, because what we have here is just so special. When we talk about, how RAIN is really focused in on the mega trends that are going on today. And in order to have a successful business, you've got to be following the mega trends. And one of them, of course, is social entrepreneurship. And as I mentioned, wanting to do good things in the world. That's something that was so important to me and to my family. Being able to do things that would be able to give back. Okay, give back in a way that is just so magical here at RAIN, because every single product that we share, guess what? It goes in a beautiful way in our Seeds for Change Foundation. Okay, we're actually making contributions left and right, and we're doing good in the world by going out there and helping people to have better health and to have the financial security they're looking for. And we're doing that in over 40 countries. You'll hear a little more about that. We're also promoting a healthy lifestyle. I mean, you heard what Rebel was talking about and Laura was talking about, and you're going to hear more about that tonight. We promote a healthy lifestyle. We want people to have better health, and we want them to be able to have the financial ability to enjoy it. You know, I always say you can have a lot of money and not have good health, and you can have good health and not a lot of money. Well, what if you could have both? Okay, and be able to do it in a way that would make such a difference. And also being part of this social media marketing craze that's going on. It's not going away. It's going to be here forever. And I got to tell you something that, you know, I come from the generation that this was not necessarily where we started. We started in the prehistoric times back some 30 plus years ago. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have all the platforms that you have today, or even the technology that we're working with today right in front of you. But we have a wonderful way of being able to encompass all of that and to make a difference and be able to go out there and have farther and farther reach to be able to have a business that expands into all these different markets in different languages all around the world. And the ultimate lifestyle, okay, offers you the opportunity to set your own hours. Okay, that was something that, you know, working 60 to 80 hours a week, I didn't have that choice. I had to be in at a certain hour and pretty much worked until I, you know, really till the lights went off in the building and I had to go home, only to start all over again. And some of you may actually understand what I'm talking about. And you wanted to be the first one in the morning because you thought you got more brownie points. Well, guess what? Okay, this is a business that you get to set your own time and you get to do it with the people that you enjoy working with. And I can tell you that's one of the most magical things that has happened for me. I wake up in the morning actually excited about the people I'm working with today, okay, which is quite different than it was back then. Okay, I don't have a boss. Okay, I have a business and I have partners, and these partners are all over the world. And guess what? They have the same mission that you're going to hear about tonight. They want to provide people with better health, and they want to give people financial security, and they want to do it all around the world. And they want to give people the ability to have unlimited income potential. And you're going to hear from people, you know, of all ages tonight talking about how leveraged income is the sauce, okay, they were looking for, because it's something that you can't even think about if you're trading time for money. Okay. And the only way that we become successful is when we help other people become successful. And that's the cool thing about this kind of an opportunity. And the fact is that we can travel all around the world. Guys, I can tell you that just came back from Costa Rica where we had a leadership event that was just spectacular. Then I had a chance to go over to Milan. I'm going over in a couple of weeks over to Istanbul. I come back from that. I'm over in Salt Lake City. I'm down in Orlando and then over in other locations. It's unbelievable. If this is the kind of life that you dream about, then you have a built-in opportunity to do that here and to do it with exciting people who want to do the same thing and enjoy a really exotic lifestyle opportunity. I know people say to me, is what do you do with all this travel? They must think, you know, I had actually had a woman ask me if I was a travel agent or if I was a flight attendant. And I smiled and I said, no, but I said, got something I might want to talk to you about. So, you know, you have to enjoy the opportunity to be able to be in a global business as we are today. And guys, you know, we're talking about 16 time zones. Okay, what's a beautiful thing is to go to bed at night knowing that your teams are waking up in the morning and they're excited about what they're doing. And by the time you go to bed at night or they're getting up in the morning, you're going to bed. I mean, it's just 16 time zones. Think about it. Think about what your business could be like if you had that kind of a global, sun never setting kind of a business opportunity. That's what gets it exciting. Equally as exciting is the fact that when we talk about social entrepreneurship and being able to help people all over the world, you know, we're over 40 countries. So imagine the kind of things that we can do to help people. Now, leverage is where it's at, okay? And there are people that have been incredibly successful in their own areas, whether it's Mark Cuban in the technology space or Oprah, you know, having done amazing things with networks and television and, you know, the social things that she's done. Bezos, I mean, my goodness, I don't know how many of you didn't get a package today from Amazon rather than how many of you got one. Okay. And Rowling, okay, wrote a book and got paid for it over and over and over again every time somebody bought it. So that's the kind of leverage that I would love to be able to harness. And that's the kind of leverage that we have here with RAIN. That's what's making a difference for people, to be able to have something so significant that we say, if you build it and you build it right, they will come. And that's exactly what's happening here at RAIN. Because to tell you the truth, guys, you're either employing leverage for yourself or you're leverage for someone else. Now, let me explain that, what I mean by that. You either create the leverage in your life, and I'm going to explain to you what that entails and how that works in a simple form, or you're somebody else's leverage for them to be able to benefit from all the skills and the talents and the locations and the language and the buying power that you have and the people that you know have. Well, guess what? The beautiful thing about this is that when you look at leverage, okay, you look at it from a timestamp point of view. Okay, what if, and again, we have a certain number of hours that we can work. I don't want to work the 60 to 80 hours that I was talking about. I never want to go back to that life again. But what if you worked 15 hours, okay, which we say in our business is enough to get you up and started. Okay, what if you worked 15 hours a week? And what if you had, let's say, 2 other people who did the same thing? So now you have your 15 hours, and now you have 2 other people who have 15 hours. Okay, altogether now you have 45 hours. Okay, guys, this is where it starts to get pretty exciting, because as this starts to grow out, and you imagine these 2 people each have 15 hours. So now you went from 15 to 30 additional to now 105 altogether. Imagine what happens when it starts to expand and expand and expand into hundreds and even thousands of people. Okay, this is what we're talking about when we say leverage. And imagine if this is going on not only in the United States and Canada, but in all over Europe and Southeast Asia and other parts of the world, in all those countries that we're doing business in, because you can do business anywhere that RAIN is open. Now, what does that look like? Okay, we have various ways that you can earn. And I'm not going to go into every specific aspect of it, but just simply speaking is that you'll have people that become customers, and we have an amazing customer program, and they'll be able to buy the products and you'll earn a commission, because every time somebody buys products, okay, that's how we make money. Somebody comes in and wants to be a team member like you are. Well, guess what? They start with a kit. Okay, they have products, they have materials, they have a great way to lock in and get started in their business. Well, guess what? Every time they come in, okay, with a pack, you'll earn what we call a fast start commission. And when they bring people in on their first level, you'll earn a fast start commission match. So guys, now this starts to build out the volume, and you're going to build out on 2 legs. You're going to build a left leg and a right leg. And as you start to build the volume, okay, of people consuming these products, okay, like you heard Rebel talking about earlier, there's several others that we have here, and we keep expanding and adding to that. Well, guess what happens? Okay, as people start eating the products and sharing the products, this business and this network starts to grow. And you start earning additional commissions, okay? There can be commissions like generational matching bonuses, okay, which gets exciting, global pools that allow you to participate in pools with people from all over the world. Okay, whether it's a 1% pool or a 1.5% pool, as your business grows into the top leadership. Guys, the exciting aspect of this is that there's something for people when they first begin, there's something for people as the business starts to mature, and there's something for top leadership. We call this a balanced program. Now, the most exciting thing that happens is that as you start to earn in the bonus production with your teams, guess what? All of these start to open up, and you get even a better understanding of what we have here, which is absolutely magical. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Laura. And I want to say thank you and welcome all of you to RAIN.
Fabulous, Anne. What a great, quick explanation of something that can seem quite complicated, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It's really about what is it that you are looking for in your life, because we offer it all. We offer financial security and diversification. We offer better health. We offer a lifestyle, whatever that means to you. And we get there by helping others. This might be my favorite thing, that our own success is the byproduct of helping other people become healthier, helping other people have financial success. When we do that, when we pay attention to helping others, we in turn reap those benefits. It's a beautiful system, and the program that RAIN has has so much integrity in this industry that that is why this company is attracting such powerful people who are passionate, who are excited, who are motivated. And I have had the benefit over the last 12 years of meeting amazing people in this company. So thank you so much. The next thing we get to do is hear from a few different people who have actually been shown this program, took a look at it, did their due diligence, and said, yes, I'm in. And we could introduce you to hundreds of people. We will over time, but tonight we have three, and they represent a little bit of different sectors of the folks who are interested in RAIN in this country. We've got John. He's 19 years old. He brilliant to understand this concept of leverage at such a young age. We've got Jillian. She's out of Florida. She's going to tell you why, as a realtor, she's interested in this. And then we've got Jim. He's built a huge business in this company over the last several years. So you're going to get a taste of what RAIN means to a couple of different people. And we're going to start out with you, John. So you need to unmute yourself and welcome John Acosta, one of the younger people. You can't get into this business until you're 18. So he's about as young as we can get, and he's going to do great things in this company.
Hello,
Welcome.
everybody. My name is John Acosta. So as a freshman in college working retail, working limited hours because of school, working on my sports business degree, it's not cutting it for me. I started my RAIN business to graduate college debt-free, to pay off my own car, and to buy a house in this tough economy. I plan to show people the concept of wealth, building, leverage. So thank you, everybody, and over to you, Jillian.
Man, I don't know how I'm going to follow that one. That's amazing. I wish I did something like this when I was 18. That's all I got to say. So yes, I'm Jillian Von Olin from South Florida, and I am a top producing realtor with a mid-sized team in my area. And I've been doing that for about 14 years now. And I always keep my options open to look for something that can support me at a higher level and be around amazing people. And also to have an amazing product that feeds my body. And RAIN is just that. I know I am not going to be one of those 80-year-old realtors. Sorry if there's any of you on here, but I don't want to be doing that. And I would love to have an opportunity to be sitting on the beach, sipping some coconuts and doing that with the people from RAIN. So thank you. And over to you, Jim.
All righty. Thank you very much. My name is Jim Hoover. I'm out of Oregon City, Oregon. And well, I've been here almost 12 years now myself. But in my past career, I was a long haul truck driver. And understand, I loved driving the trucks. I loved big rigs. I loved not having a boss looking over my shoulder 24/7. But there were some challenges that went along with that too. I was gone 3, 4 days a week. I missed my family. And I got a little bit older, had a little bit of a problem with my body breaking down because I've been unloading thousands of pounds of freight down a ramp with a hand truck every single day, and it was taking a toll on me. So I think that was one of the biggest challenges. But the other one was, even though I was working hard, even though I was putting in long hours, I was still running out of money before the end of the month. Things had to change. So when I was introduced to RAIN International, I immediately saw the benefits right away, including the opportunity to work with my wife as a team and build a global organization, which is exactly what we did. And it's so much fun to do, but it also gave us the ability to build a long-term residual income. And isn't that what it's really all about? If you're a member here, you probably want to bring in a little extra income. That's what we wanted to do. But most important, it's given us the ability to have more choices in our life. That's really important. So now what we're doing is we're helping other people find their freedom, find their lifestyle, and build organization and just have something different in their life that maybe they hadn't expected to have before. So, again, I'm a Black Rain Diamond now, and I can proudly say I am Rain. Laura, back to you.
Fabulous, Jim. Jim's done amazing things. He's never given up. They say the key to success is putting one foot in front of the other over and over and over and over again and just never giving up. And that's what you did. And that's what Renee did. And you have built an amazing business. You've helped so many people, all three of you. We have emerging leaders. We have, seasoned leaders. This is a company that welcomes all of us and all of you. Now, the last segment that we have is where we get to hear some leadership tips or some leadership lesson from somebody who's been around this industry. And tonight, we have the tremendous opportunity to hear from Randy Gage. Randy is a serial entrepreneur. He is somebody who has made millions of dollars in this industry with several companies. He's brought amazing energy to the company Rain International, along with Anne, when they joined us about, 18 months ago now, that you two came to Rain at first as consultants and then as Rain partners. Isn't it amazing that some people who came as a consultants to this company couldn't pass up the opportunity to actually get into the field? Of the thousands of companies out there, they chose Rain. We are so fortunate. And tonight we're going to hear some leadership lessons from Randy Gage. So welcome, Randy. What a pleasure to be able to have met these people, be business partners with these people, and help work together to make the world a better place. Welcome, Randy Gage.
Tonight, let's talk about bringing sexy back. Hey, what's up, Rain Nation? I want to talk about building blocks of duplication. I want to talk about the difference between driving a line and building a line. Because when we build the line right, we build true duplication, which creates true financial confidence, security, eliminates anxiety about your future, and it builds a cash flow positive business. So particularly for you guys who are just guests here tonight and watching the Leadership Academy, kind of sizing up Rain, it'll give you a good idea about what the end game should look like for you, how you can really create the kind of dream lifestyle you want. And it's going to make total sense to you that it isn't about rah-rah and hype and selling. One of the fascinating things about this business is from the outside, it looks like it's a sales business. But from the inside, it's not a sales business. And the last thing you want to do is be selling. Because maybe 10% of the population are sales types. They know how to sell, they love to sell, they know all the closing techniques. 90% of the population are people like me. We're not sales types. We don't want to learn closing techniques, and we're deathly afraid of rejection. So now, why have I been able to build such an incredible lifestyle with this business? Why have I been so successful with Rain and building more so and more so every week that goes by? My team gets bigger and stronger and creating better results because I'm all about duplication. And I know with duplication, it's not about selling. What we know is there are people who desperately want what Rain Seed Source Nutrition will do for them. They just don't know Rain exists. We know there are millions of people who would want the freedom and security and choices and residual income of a Rain lifestyle business, but they don't know it exists. So instead of trying to sell people to join Rain, of course, what we all want to do is just make ourselves findable to the people who already know they want what Rain has, and allow them to create the epiphany for themselves. Like, wow, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I didn't even know this company, Rain International, was out there, and it's the perfect pathway to get me there. So they don't have to be sold. They don't have to be convinced. They don't have to be closed, because they're like, you have what I want. Let me get it. That's the dynamic we want to do. So what do we have to do is we have to create true duplication. We got to do the business in a way that our people are going to be able to replicate the results. They're on our 3rd level, our 10th level, or our 2000th level. Even if they've never met you, they should be able to follow the system, operate within the framework, and create the same results you are. And that's what gives you ongoing security with your business and ongoing growth. So if we drive a line, meaning a line of a new person and everybody who comes under them, we call that a line. If we drive a line with hype and rah-rah and exaggeration and placing people under other people or trying to buy orders under people to get them to qualify at ranks, terrible situation. It's exhausting, because every week you'll be trying to qualify again, but there's no foundation built. That's what causes people to burn out and quit the business, right? We don't want to do that with Ring. We want to bring people in and show them how to build a line. And when they build a line, they're creating security because they have an ever-expanding base of business. So tonight, I want to share with you 5 building blocks of duplication. And the exciting thing is these are built into the Rain structure already. There are hundreds of companies in our profession. They don't have this infrastructure built out. You already have these main things. So it's a lot easier for someone to live their dreams with Rain and our framework than it is for someone who joins any other company in our profession. But most importantly for you guys watching here tonight and this team, we want you to create that strong duplication. So let's break down the 5 things. Number 1, effective onboarding, meaning how you start out a new associate, getting them started the right way. When someone joins Rain, they need to know, how do I register new customers? How do I enroll new associates? How do I place my orders, pay for my orders? How do I get paid? What do I need to enter in so I get a wire transfer every week with my profit? Who's the people I should talk to? What should I say to them to get them to look at tools? What are the tools they should look at? Those are the things we have handled elegantly in the NAO, the New Associate Orientation, NAO. When you take people through that, when they first join, and you create that culture, you demonstrate that behavior so they can replicate the same results, it's a tremendous building block for duplication, which creates real long-term benefits for your business. Building block number 2, I call it the presenting triangle. Most people think of presentations with 2 points, you and the candidate, and you figure your job is to get information to the candidate. I'm going to suggest that's the last way you want to do it. What you really want to do is create a presentation triangle, which has 3 points instead of 2 points. So point 1 at the top is the candidate, point 2 over here is you, and point 3 is the external source tool. And we let the tool do the marketing because anybody can use a tool. So instead of you making an incredible presentation, which might enroll some people, You let the tools make the presentation. Why? Because an incredible person can make an incredible presentation, but an average person cannot make an incredible presentation. If you want to create true duplication, you've got to do your business in a way that the average person can be successful with it. So we create that 3-point thing where you edify the tool provides the information, and then the people can reach their own epiphany. Wow, wow, I'm the kind of person Rain is looking for. I will pay for premium nutrition. I know the value of being healthy and having energy and living longer and being, operating at optimal levels of health and, weight and performance. And people who know, wow, that I want to design my own business. I want to design my lifestyle business. I want to get economic uncertainty out of the way. I want to become debt free. They will have that epiphany looking at those tools. Number 3 is a viable customer base, right? We know Rain is perfect for everybody. Everybody's not perfect for Rain. There are some people, they love their job. They love their business. They're consumed by it. It's their passion. They have no desire. They're not looking for a side gig. They're not looking for a new main gig. They love what they got. But instead of letting that person turn into a no, we know that they could benefit from the Rain product line. So this is why we have what we call the turn question. We always, if you follow the training that Ann and I have put out in the Rainmaker U and the system we've created, we always approach everybody with the opportunity first. And then for people who are not interested in the opportunity, we want to turn it to the product and get them as a customer. So when someone makes clear they're not interested in the business, your question, like the way I word it, is, hey, are there any health or wellness goals that you haven't yet achieved with your current routine? That's it. Are there any health or wellness goals you haven't yet achieved with your current routine? So then if they say, well, I'm actually carrying around like 15 extra pounds I would love to get rid of. Great. Let's talk about the Rain products. Well, I kind of, every afternoon, I'm sleepy, I'm sitting in my cubicle and my head is ready to hit the desk. Great. Let's talk about the Rain product line. Hey, I'm feeling down and tired all the time. Or, hey, I love to play pickleball or softball, or I'm a bowler and, I'd like to increase my athletic performance. Great. Let's talk about the product line. Because what we want to happen, of course, is we want someone to get 2, 3, 5 customers their first week or 2 in Rain. And then as they go on and build the business over the months and then the years, that customer base would just keep growing and growing and growing. And let me give you some just breaking, shocking news. When you have a new associate and they get 3, 4 people signed up on the Rain Rewards program, customers, they're never going to quit. Because why would they? Even if they stop coming to leadership academies, even if they stop coming to be the breakthroughs, they don't get on any of your team calls, even if they never make a penny of team volume commission, they never make the diamond bonus pool, they never get a penny in generational matching bonus. They have 3 or 4 customers on subscription who buy the products every month and they make some retail profit with that. They're never going to quit. If they never quit, it builds the foundation. It builds this volume that helps everything else we do. Remember, the difference between a legitimate direct selling or leverage sales company like Rain International and a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid is we don't get paid headhunter fees. We don't enroll people and get paid money to enroll them. As a RAIN associate, we make all of our money. Every element of the compensation plan is a result of the volume produced of the products that reach the end consumer. And so when we create this culture and everybody starts at 2, 3, 4 customers, and then they don't drop out, your retention goes up, and then you have 10 people who have 3, 4, 5 customers, then you have 40 people who have 3, 4, 5 customers. Next thing you know, you have hundreds of people, thousands of customers, even tens of thousands of customers that you're getting paid overrides on the volume produced by those. So that's, just building a viable customer base is critical, one of these 5 things. Number 4, we've talked about a lot in the leadership academies and the Rainmaker U. So, and if you want, there's a Rainmaker U lesson specifically on this. I'm talking about an active recruiting culture. So again, lots of training on it. We talked a lot about it in other things, so I won't talk a lot about it here tonight. I would just say, here's the too long, didn't read version. A block of time for inviting. And again, this will go back to the effective onboarding. When you take someone through the NAO, when you practice this, which is, hey, every Sunday, I block 45 minutes and only for inviting people to look at an external source tool. And you build that in the training, you build that in the culture. So everybody on your team every week has a block of time where they're inviting. It builds out the duplication. It builds out the volume. It increases the retention, makes it a cash flow positive business much quicker. And again, it gives you that basis for duplication. And finally, number 5, and then I'll turn it back to you guys, but number 5 is the partner pledge. You guys, most of you know by now, the entire RAIN compensation plan is built on the basis of partner rank. To be gold, I think you need 3 partners. To be platinum, you need 4 partner lines. Diamond is 5, double diamond is 6 partner lines, right? So we know that's the foundation of it. So we create the culture where people know, hey, if I'm a serious person, I will always be qualified at partner every week, early in the week. And we create a culture where we let people know, hey, we have all kind of company-wide support. Ann and Randy produce skill set training in Rainmaker U every month. We have a leadership academy every week in many, many markets. We have a global Be the Breakthrough presentation every Saturday morning Eastern time. There's all this team-wide and company-wide support. But you let people know that your personal time, your one-on-one attention, your counseling, your coaching, your mentoring is going to be reserved for the serious people, the people who show you that they're serious. And the way they show you they're serious is they take and commit to the partner pledge. So, I talked about this at a training when it finally kind of first conceptualized to me. Ann Feinstein, first thing she tells me, all right, I want you to know I am accepting the partner pledge. I will always be one of your partner lines every week. Don't even think a second about it. I'll be there. And, we close every Tuesday at midnight Central. I wake up every Wednesday. I always check in my back office. Okay, what am I starting the week with? And I can know Ann Feinstein always going to be already qualified as partner the first morning. Why? Because she's done these other things. She's built this base of business. You guys in Bulgaria there, Stoil and Resida. I know every Wednesday morning when I check in, I know they're already going to be there. You guys in Malaysia, right? I check in. I know Sunny is already going to be qualified at partner, right? Ann knows when, like, so I told Ann that we did a Go Diamond weekend. She was talking about the concept. Immediately, she had people on her team came up to her at the event. Hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to be one of your partner lines. Don't worry about me. When you create this partner pledge culture, you model it, you take it, you explain it to your people. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's self-fulfilling growth. It's self-fulfilling duplication. So if you follow these 5 things, I can't even begin to tell you how lucrative it will become over the course of your career and how it just builds that excitement where hey, I'm always qualifying at my rank. It's not a one-time thing. It's not based on hype or rah-rah. I'm truly building a strong foundation of duplication, which will guarantee the future growth of my company, of my team. And they are following the process and they are building security. They are building stronger businesses. They are building their dream lifestyles, which is allows me to do it. And it goes level by level by level. This stuff works. This stuff is amazing. Just apply it. All right, thanks. Going to send it back to you guys. Peace.
All right. Well, thank you, Randy. Randy, you have such a beautiful way of distilling the system and the tools and the process and the mindset into the most essential elements. And I think what it teaches us and reminds us, even those who have been around, of us who have been around a while, is that this is a simple business and we tend to overcomplicate things, right? But if we pay attention to the simple building blocks and the tools and the training and the support, it makes it doable for each and every person who's committed to making that happen. So what a beautiful training and a reminder. Now, if you're an existing RAIN associate or ideally a RAIN partner, right? Because we should all have taken that partner pledge, then I hope you're inspired and reinvigorated. And I hope that if you haven't yet purchased your ticket to the Orlando event on April 26th, that you're going to go ahead and do that and be there, because these events are also a critical part of creating the community and restoring the energy and making everything possible. So make sure you get to Orlando on April 26th. If you are a guest listening in, I hope that you've gotten a sense of who RAIN is, who we are, how things are done, the amazing products we have, the opportunity to create the lifestyle that you want for yourself, whatever that means, and the opportunity to make an important difference in this world, helping other people and yourselves to improve your health, your well-being, your finances, all of that package that we have here. I encourage you to get back to the person who invited you to listen in and get your questions answered if there are any remaining after this, and see how RAIN can fit into your life and how RAIN can make a positive difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of the people that you know now and that you will come to know in the future. So I hope everyone has a beautiful week. Thank you for the participants. Thank you for your attention here. Let's go make it rain. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye now.
Shine bright like a diamond.